Hey, it's Read from Emerald Lotus Divination, a website that shares free weekly tarot resources. And we're back at it again with another unboxing. I'm really excited this time. We're doing the Animal Love Oracle card unboxing by Nadine Gordon-Taylor. This deck looks so beautiful. And I've been loving working with animal and nature decks lately, so I'm very excited to take a look at these cards. Big shout out and thank you to Bear&Co for sending me this deck. I absolutely love working with them. They are an amazing publisher that has a ton of amazing resources for spiritual people and anyone wanting to practice their intuition. They have a ton of card decks and also a bunch of books, and I just always love working with them in my videos, and truly it brings me so much joy to be able to share their products with you guys. So this deck will be linked below. You can purchase it, available on June 8th, and let's take a look at this one. So it is a beautiful rainy day here, and I cannot even tell you how good it feels to just see the beautiful rain everywhere. We've been having a lot of dry weather here, and there's actually been quite a few like forest fires and prairie fires and stuff. We're actually not even supposed to be like hiking or having campfires right now, which is crazy. It doesn't happen very often here, but it's really beautiful to see the rain, and it feels so good. So it's just a very nice calming day. I hope wherever you are feeling calm as well. And if you aren't, then that's okay too. It's all part of the human experience, but I hope that this video will help to bring you some calmness and some animal spirit energy, which is so fun. So this is the guidebook. It's nice and large. It's like a full-size book almost, actually. And we have colored images on the inside, and it's very neat because it actually says like the key words of the animal that we're going to be seeing in the deck, and then it comes with a message that they give, and the way that it's written is really beautiful. I love the language that's used in this, and then there's also an affirmation at the end. So I'm very excited to take a look at this guidebook a little bit more once we've gone through the cards. I'll do my little routine where I will flip through the cards and then we will pull one and see what it reads in the guidebook, just to kind of get an idea of how the guidebook works for us. So this one comes, like I said, pretty hefty box, beautiful box, nice quality, and then we have some massive oracle cards here. Also, I just have to say that I love the colors of this. Like, I love how it's kind of like primary colors. It looks really fun and funky. I don't really see these colors that often in decks with the red, blue, green, yellow. It feels very 90s in a way, and I just love it. It kind of gives like a vintage vibe. I really like it. If I saw this in someone's collection, I actually might think that it was an older deck just by the way that it looks, and I really love that. Okay, so this is the back of the cards. And like I said, these cards are honestly massive just for scale. This is a traditional style oracle card, and this is the Animal Love Oracle. So it is very big for sure. And let's take a look at these cards. I don't even know which order to go in, but let's take a look. Oh wow, so the first card that we see is actually a horizontal card. And we can see that the animal obviously is listed in the center, and then at the bottom for bat we see awakening, initiation, and inner depth. I love that because for someone that doesn't really know a lot about animal spirit and what they signify, this would be amazing. Just because you're not always having to look in the guidebook to do your reading, you can just pick it up based on the keywords. I really like keywords in decks. I know some people don't. I do. I find that it just enhances my readings, and I like them a lot. So the back card was horizontal, but now it looks like we're going into cards that are vertical. So now we have bear. Also, I think this card deck has like 50 cards or something. 52 color cards. That's massive for an oracle deck. Oh, this one's really cool. Oh, so we have, okay, so it's going to be a mix of horizontal and vertical cards. That's so cool and unique. I love that. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a deck, but very cool. Yeah, this deck definitely looks older. I'm not sure if it's a reprint of this deck. I thought it was new. I know it's being re-released if it's been updated or something maybe, because this is definitely giving me like 90s, early 2000s vibes with this deck, which I love. Like recently, oh my goodness, you guys are gonna die. So recently, my mother-in-law came by and she had this box. Oh, I love cows. She had this box with her of oracle cards that her friend had mailed her because her friend was like clearing out her space and kind of getting rid of things. And so she took a look at the, oh my goodness, the crow. I'm so sorry, but you guys know, if you know, I love crows so much. That card is so cool. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love how they're like vertical and horizontal. This is so neat. I'm definitely going to be using these for sure. Also, these would be amazing, these horizontal ones, to have on your altar if you were doing any type of work on your altar where you wanted to have specific intention or animal spirit to guide you. This would be amazing. I will absolutely be using it for that, as well as probably testing it out with some readings. Oh, dog. So cute. So, and as I was saying, she came by with a big box full of oracle cards, and she had gone through and taken the ones that she wanted, but she's also kind of downsizing and getting rid of a lot of things, and so she didn't take too many decks, and she left me so many to go through that her friend had given her. And it was so cool because so many of them were decks that I had heard of but never actually owned, and they're like from the 2000s, and they were just so neat. So I'm really glad to have them in my collection. I wanted to film like an unboxing type thing with you guys, but I wasn't sure if you would care about that type of thing, and now I've packed them away because I'm moving again soon, so they're already packed away. But if you guys do want to see that, once I move this summer, I can always show you the decks that I did get from that box. But it was so cool, like just to be given this huge box of all these old oracle decks. I loved it. It was like a dream come true. And these cards really remind me of some of those cards, like just the color palette and the vibe of them. I don't know, but I really, really like it. I don't know why that's like been a theme for me lately. It's kind of this like older, like early 2000s aesthetic as it relates to tarot decks. I know that's come back into style with fashion for a lot of young people, but it's not really something that I'm super drawn to like fashion wise. But weirdly tarot wise it has come into my life. Oh, I love how this one's unique. It's like a thinner border than some of the other ones. This is a super neat deck. And as I mentioned, I just think this would be perfect for you if you are wanting to work with like animal messages, but you're not really someone that loves to pick up a guidebook every single time. Like, for instance, I have a great deck by Colette Baron Reed about animal spirit, and it's like essentially this, where it's just a bunch of different animals and their messages. But if I'm not mistaken, she doesn't have the words on the bottom, or if she does, it's not quite as clear to me what the messages are. Like I always feel like I'm gravitating towards that guidebook, which can be a little bit cumbersome sometimes, especially if I don't have a lot of time and I just want to like get a quick message in. I notice I don't really read for clients with decks like that because I hate to pull out a guidebook if I'm reading for clients. It just kind of like messes with my flow. That sounds so funny, but this one would be perfect because you really get the vibe. I love this one. Oh my goodness. These are so, so cute. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm already excited to pull a card and see what one we get at the end of this. But there's just so many cards. We're at peas though. So it's obviously an elf. Oh my goodness. Puffin? Oh my goodness. That is too cute. You guys will have to let me know which one your favorite card has been so far, because I'm very curious to know. Oh, I love raccoons. When I was living in Vancouver, I saw so many raccoons. It was insane. Like, basically every single time I left the house, I would see raccoons. I must have some videos of them. And wait, let me see what the raccoon message was. Charitable, nocturnal, and healthy curiosity. That's really interesting that that was going on during that time. Actually, I was actually looking into volunteering, and I went through this huge process to volunteer for a mental health association. But then I realized that I don't have a lot of time on my hands because I do a lot of like free resources and content, and it was just like not for me. But at that time, that was when I was doing all that, when I was seeing all those raccoons. That's so weird. Oh wow, I love this one. I love snakes. They're so cool. I know a lot of people hate them, but they're really neat. My friend had a snake, and whenever I would go to her apartment, we would like drink wine and hang out in her bed, and she would pull her snake out, and like the two of us would just like be in her room with the snake in the bed and around the room. And it was just like the weirdest thing, because when I was a kid, I was really scared of snakes, but I kind of grew out of it as I got older. I just started to realize that they're really beautiful. I recognize that they're dangerous, but they're really beautiful. And so I was like a little bit on edge when she would bring her snake out, because it was like so bizarre to me, but it was also really, really cool. I might have a picture of that somewhere. This was like a while ago. I loved her snake. Her name is Nala, I think, if I remember correctly, her snake. That was really cool. Sadly, she had to get rid of her snake when she moved, because she moved province, like halfway across the country, and she didn't want to, you know, ruin the snake's vibe by taking it really far away, because her snake was very temperamental. It didn't want to eat half the time, and it was very dramatic. So here we have a couple cards at the end that are like bonus cards, apparently, and they're like mystical cards. So we have a mermaid and unicorn. I love that she added these two cards in here because it gives the deck even more of a mystical feel. So it's like if you pull one of these ones, you know you're really like in the vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very, very magical. So I really love that she included those. I think that's so cool. And that's our cards. These are beautiful, and like just I love the color palette. I love how it's like pastel. I love how they're really unique. Like I said, it just gives me such a 90s 2000s vibe. Like it's just, I love it so much. It's so fun. So let's shuffle these up and pull a card. The only way to shuffle these is literally by doing this, because they're so massive that I just cannot shuffle them any other way. Okay. Here. You guys ready for this card? Take your guesses. Intuitively, what do you think it's gonna look like? Ooh, fish. Determination, emotion, and strong sense of self. So I love that the guidebook is also in alphabetical order. It makes it a lot easier. There was a deck in the woman's box that she gave me, like of the oracle decks that she donated to me, that didn't have the oracle cards in order or numbered, and you literally just had to like flip through the deck. It was a nightmare, but I will still use the deck. It's just I do love when it comes in alphabetical order, so I'm very glad. Okay, fish. The card you have selected shows a beautiful rainbow trout. It is jumping toward the full moon into turbulent but exciting and stimulating waters. Oh my goodness, and as I'm filming this, it's about to be a full moon, which is really cool. It's about to be a full moon in like a few days at this point, which is really neat. When you're watching this, though, I think it'll be well past the full moon, but just FYI, that's pretty cool. Fish do everything in water. They cannot live without it. Fish therefore represent life. Both the full moon and fish are associated with the unconscious intuition and emotion. This means you will experience thoughts and feelings arising from the depth of your unconscious. And since the fish is leaping toward the moon, hidden memories will soon be unveiled. This knowledge comes from a part of you that is barely recognizable, but has been with you since birth. Oh my goodness. Your small fish makes a huge splash. It represents the divine transition and that which flows. One can take the idea of flow and apply it to money and finances. If you understand the game of money and business, you realize that money is just a word for energy, and energy is dynamic. It needs to be in constant motion. You can be conservative, but keep your money working for you. Focus on the expansive energy of the fish. It can help you clear out stagnant states of mind, allowing healthy new ideas to grow and multiply. Okay, I can't even finish this because it's so long, but basically, you get the point. Affirmations. I am calm in all situations. I instinctively know all the answers. I creatively address any issues that come my way with love and patience. I love the fact that it comes with affirmations related to the card. Amazing, like amazing, amazing. I love that the guidebook also expands even further on the messages of the card. So it didn't just talk about determination, emotion, and strong sense of self. It went really far beyond that, explaining why they chose to put this little full moon there, explaining that more about the rainbow trout and the colors that it represents, and talking more about finances, which is a typical aspect of the fish as well, like the abundant aspect of the card, which is awesome. So I really love that they took it even further than just the card meanings. So if you do want to pull up the guidebook, it's not like you're just getting a repeat of what's on the card. You're actually getting a lot more from the guidebook as well, which makes it a great companion and will make me actually want to use the guidebook a lot more. So I really, really love that. A beautiful message and totally resonates with me already. I am so excited to continue using this deck and really explore it further because I can see this one's going to be a very, very useful one in my collection. Very exciting and fun. And I love the size. I mean, I know that's like a very controversial thing. Some people don't love huge cards, but I really do for my altar. And I don't love every deck to be massive, but when it's an oracle deck like this, I really don't mind it. And I just think it really helps to showcase the imagery on the card as well, and really helps to just like make it feel even more alive. And I love that so much. This is such a beautiful deck. So thank you so much for being here. If you want to check out this deck, as I said, it will be linked below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for all future videos. I try to post every single Friday, so I will see you in the next one. Bye.